Hey my beautiful Virgo peeps, what's going on everybody? It's Am from CancerMoonsTarot and we're coming at you guys with your week of the 25th of September through the 1st of October. How are you? Hope you guys are doing well. Do want to mention before we go ahead and get started, if you're interested in a personal reading, you can check out my website, CancerMoonsTarot.com. It's going to be the first link in the description box below. Without a further ado though, here Team Virgo, let's go ahead and get it popping and see what's showing up here for you guys this week. What do we got showing up here for you? Now, Two of Wands did decide to come out here for you. Typically, this is a card representing that you could be feeling stuck between a rock and a hard place. It could be about having to make some sort of specific decision of what's going to be benefiting you and helping you, but it could be like a decision that has pressure, right? Because if I take this one path, am I going to regret missing out on this other path, and vice versa? But it also could be a card here too of opening up doorways in your life. As you can see here with this card specifically, it's kind of like this gate opening up some sort of doorway for you. So that can be what's happening here for many of you as well. You might be opening up doorways to really good paths in your life, whether or not that you see it at this time. But regardless though, let's get a couple more shuffles and we'll see what's up. Do want to mention though, guys, your season has come to an ending, but I hope that you had a really good Virgo season and a very, very happy birthday nonetheless, okay? All right though, what's going on here for Virgo throughout this week? Let's go ahead over here and take a look. Starting out here with the overall energy for you. We do have here the Hierophant. Don't mind that card, it flipped out. So I'm not taking a flipper, I'm taking the pullers, okay? But overall energy, the Hierophant looking at the current energy, the Seven of Wands, what you're dealing with here, the Justice card, and lastly, for the current outcome, the Three of Pentacles, okay? You could be connecting here with a Taurus, you might also be dealing with a Libra. But let's go ahead and have a look here. We start out here first and foremost with the Hierophant. Now the Hierophant here represents the energy of your duties, your obligations, what you feel that you are committed to here at this time. And I definitely get the sense here as well with the Hierophant. It can also be a card that really speaks about the social or the status quo, the way that society can kind of view things, what's socially acceptable, what's not. So we can even kind of dip into that side of the Hierophant here. And I kind of actually feel like we might be resonating a little bit more with that retrospect rather than your duties, maybe a little bit of obligations. It kind of feels to me like this is about societal values and status quo coming into the week. You know, looking at the current energy compared with this, we have here Seven of Wands. Seven of Wands here is about doing what you want no matter what. Nobody can tell you anything. Nobody can tell you right from wrong. You are the person who's going to live your life and navigate your vessel as best as you can. So it almost kind of feels to me like this could be about going against status quo and understanding that it doesn't matter if somebody wants me to do this or society wants me to do that, or somebody would be more pleased if I did this or that. You know, it's like, this is my life for the taking, my life to live, and I'm the only person who's ever going to walk in my own shoes, so I might as well make the most of it. So I feel like you're really tapping into a pretty empowered energy here to make sure that you continue to keep on doing your own thing this week. Now, looking at what you're dealing with here, we have here the Justice. Now, this is Libra energy, so you could be connecting with a Libra. The Justice is typically a card here of balance. I think for some of you, I'm hearing like you're clearing your head or getting your head straight. You might have been involved in a situation here where somebody might have kind of like swooed you in a certain direction, and you recognize that that's not me. That's not the direction I want to go in. That's not what I want to be a part of. Maybe you had influences like parents. Maybe they wanted a certain path for you. Maybe certain romantic partners wanted a certain path for you, certain friends. But you're recognizing, I need to rebalance myself and not get so trapped into going in the direction that other people want me to go in. I need to stay true to my truth. I need to stay true to what I want, and I have to keep on working hard towards the life that I'm building. Three of Pentacles showing up here for the outcome. Now, what I like a lot with the Three of Pentacles showing up here for the outcome for you, Virgo, means that this week will be a week where things work out for you, but it's also a card here that says, I'm going to keep on working incredibly hard and incredibly tough to make sure that I'm getting to where I want to be going in my life. Now, let's get a little bit of insight into what Virgo's actually dealing with here with this energy of maybe going against the status quo. Let's have a little bit of a look at that. Give me some information about Virgo's opposition here. We have here the Ten of Wands, the Page of Cups, and the Knight of Cups. This feels like somebody else who wasn't able to live what they wanted, and that's why they are so closely projecting it onto you. Feels like a parent, you know? Maybe a parent never got into a certain school and they're like, you need to go to this college. You need to live out my dreams so I can live through you vicariously. This could be a parent who's like, I never became a doctor. Now you will be a doctor. You know, it could be that energy as well. Can be friends, can be a partner. Maybe a partner wants to move somewhere and they're like, because I'm going here, you're going here. And it's like, what if I don't want that, right? So 10 of Wands here. Somebody else is seeing you have an ability and a capability to do what they couldn't. And therefore, they want to make sure that you're able to do that. You got here a Page of Cups, a Knight of Cups. It's like they're trying to tell you that they're doing this out of love. They're trying to steer you in this direction because they love and care about you. But at the end of the day, somebody can love and care about you, but still not respect your own personal choices. And when we do look at that kind of love, is that love conditional or unconditional? Because you'll receive love if you follow through with the terms and conditions. But will you receive love if you object? That's where things get a little bit tricky, Virgo. And I think that for you right now, you're looking for unconditional love in your life, definitely not conditional love in general. So it's an interesting main situation. Might not be for every Virgo watching. So if this part doesn't resonate with you, the other parts may. When we get into your personal life, your love life, etc., your career as well. But for the main situation showing up this week, this is what I'm feeling coming in as a major factor. Kind of turning down living a life that you don't want to live just because somebody else tells you to. You're not allowing somebody else to live through you vicariously by doing what they want, but instead you're doing what you want. And I think that that's exactly what you should do. You operate this vessel. You are yourself. Nobody else can ever be you. And with that being said, you have the ability to open up whatever doorway, Two of Wands, that you would like to in your life, okay? All right, though, guys, moving on forward, let's get into it. What's going to be the potential challenge showing up here for Virgo peeps this week? What's the potential challenge of the week? What do we got? We got here the Tower. Ooh, Tower card showing up for you. Scorpionic energy definitely represents the energy of a foundation in life that is not so steady, okay? Let's get more insight to the Tower. Give me a little bit more insight to this Tower. We have here the Four of Cups, and we have here the Two of Cups. Yep. I think what you're discovering this week for many of you is that you're starting to recognize there is a major difference between unconditional love versus conditional. And I think you're starting to get that brunt of the person here showing that the love that they have to offer hasn't been unconditional, but instead it's been truly, truly conditional. You don't do something they want, then there's no love. You don't live a lifestyle they want you to live, there's no love. You don't do something to make them happy and pleased. Where's the love? It's absent. But you do something they like. You do something that makes them happy. You do something that they want you to do. Suddenly, they're all over you. And there's the realization with the Tower. This is a foundation I don't want to be a part of. This is the challenge. The challenge that I'm facing right now is that I'm dealing with conditional love when I really wish to be unconditionally cared for and loved. And at the end of the day here, remember, Two of Cups here, Four of Cups here, what can be challenging about this week is that as you may be going against what maybe somebody else wants for you, and you're doing you instead, here comes the Four of Cups, ignoring the connection they have with you, ignoring the love that they have for you, because at the end of the day, it doesn't fall in alignment with what they want. So I'm feeling like that's definitely the challenge here, but I also think that with the Tower being a card that can represent breaking away from certain things, with this realization and with waking up to the fact here that somebody's love may be conditional versus unconditional, that might start making you prone this week, Virgo, to decide to say, you know what, maybe this kind of love isn't what I need in my life. And maybe it is time for me to separate myself from this person or this situation so that I can go on doing what I want to do with my own life. Okay, so definitely can see energies like that showing up here this week as well. All right, let's have a look here and see, though, what you can expect. What can my Virgo peeps expect here for the rest of the week here of the 25th through the 1st? What's going on? We got here an Eight of Pentacles. The following card is going to be the King of Cups. We also have here the Chariot, and we have here the Strength card. I heard immediately with the King of Cups, I have too much respect for myself. And I love that for you, Virgo. You should, okay? I think everybody should have respect for themselves, but the fact is that you're acknowledging that. It's like, I have way too much respect for myself, and I have worked way too hard to be living a happy and healthy life to let this situation situation keep me stuck, trapped, or stagnant. You have here a Chariot and a Strength card. The Chariot triumphs the Strength. This means you're going forward. You're not holding yourself back. All right, so I do feel here for you guys moving throughout the rest of the week. You are continuing as scheduled. You're doing what you want to do. You have way too much respect for yourself. I feel like you're kind of walking away from this person or this situation at this time. As soon as it clicked to you that there is conditional love here, you said, screw that. I'm not going to please anybody and only gain love through the format of pleasing. That's not for me. I want to be with somebody who loves me for who I am and respects me for what I want to do. You know, so immediately you keep moving forward here this week. Now, moving forward, we also have here a 3 of Wands. We have here a 5 of Swords, and we have here a Hangman card. Interesting. I think the person you're dealing with this week has definitely a lot of irritation, potentially anger for when you decide to walk away. I don't think, though, that initially this week they're going to make much of a fuss about it. I feel like they're going to be kind of quiet, but I do want to give a bit of a pre-warning to Virgos in the future. This person will come back, and when they do come back, I do feel like they're going to unpack a lot of projections and negative emotions, but I also kind of feel like you're going to just ignore them at that time too. Yeah, the Magician, you're going to be like, am I really going to want to show up for this? And then 6 of Swords, nah, so I'm just going to kind of ignore it and move on here with my day. So I don't feel like your person here this week, or whatever you're dealing with here this week, I don't think that they're going to initially show that they're angry or mad or blow up, but I do think that at some point in the future they may try to blow up on you and project all the BS on you. And I feel like immediately once that happens, moving into the future, you're going to be like, yeah, I'm not dealing with this. Bye. I'm going to do my own thing going forward. So Virgo, I kind of feel like this energy of cutting off this person definitely seems pretty permanent to you. I don't see you wanting to go backwards. It's like, I got the clarity I needed. This ain't unconditional love. This ain't real. And with that being said, I'm going to keep on doing me. Like, I'm not going to give this person access to come back into my life. So I think that this week you mean it when you do cut off this individual. Now, going on into the rest of what I have here for you, Virgos, we're going to take a look here at your career, your love life, and your personal situation, your personal life. We'll see what's going on there. So without a further ado, let's hop into that portion of the reading. So jumping into career for Virgo, what can they expect throughout the week here of the 25th? What do we got going on for career? Virgo, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus. First card is the Death card. Next card is the 4 of Pentacles. And lastly, we have here the Ace of Swords showing up here as well. Ace of Swords is the card about living your truth. Could be the card here, though, of like a message coming in. And it can be the card here of some sort of truth coming to light as well. 4 of Pentacles showing up here can be a card that represents that you're saving onto your coins. I feel like for many of you right now, you've been doing your best to save with your career. So as much money have you been making, you've been putting a lot of money in the savings account, you know, in the piggy bank, whatever it is for you. You know, you've really been doing what you can to be saving up your coins. But I get the feeling here that there can be some sort of change coming in your career field with the Death card and with the Ace of Swords. So what is this change? I want to make sure that I'm relaying the correct kind of approach here for Virgo. What is this change? 7 of Swords, unfortunately, and the Ace of Cups. Okay. I do want to say here, Virgo, this won't resonate to all of you, of course, but I will say there can be some negative or deceptive changes coming up here in the workplace for some of you that are watching. 4 of Pentacles, despite being the card here of representing saving your money, it can also be a card here of somebody shorting your money, maybe not paying you exactly what you should be getting paid. This can be the energy here of a company not providing fully what they should be. So I would watch out and make sure you're getting exactly everything you need to be this week. I would not accept any sort of behavior that you know is either A, illegal by your career and workspace, or B, unfair. I wouldn't accept it. I would speak out against it immediately here with the Ace of Swords. Let's say, for example, you go to work and they're like, oh, well, sorry, I know you're going to take that break, but no break for you today because at the end of the day, we got stuff to get done. No, if your boss sits there and does that bullshit, look at your illegal labor laws and make sure that you stand up for yourself, because once they get comfortable bringing in deception one time, what's going to stop them from repeating it and creating a cycle of that type of process, right? So you want to be really careful there in career, because I'm kind of picking up on potentially either a higher up, a boss or something of that nature, maybe the company, just not getting you what you're supposed to be getting. And if they're shorting your money and not doing what they should be with your money correctly, really pay close attention to your finances this week, pay close attention to your bills, or not your bill, sorry, your paycheck in your career space. And if there are changes that are happening, get educated very quickly on what those changes are. Anything you see that's uncomfortable or you see as a red flag, don't be afraid to speak your mind. Don't be afraid to speak your truth, okay? Very interesting message. Won't apply to all, as always, but if it does apply to you, don't be afraid to be the one who speaks up, okay? All right, moving forward, let's hop into your love life, though. We're going to start out here with the single Virgos first. So what's going on here for single Virgo peeps? Moving into this week, please. Single Virgos, what do we got going on for you? Hello, Page of Pentacles, Nine of Pentacles, and I almost said the 10, but no, it's the Wheel of Fortune. I feel for the single Virgos, you could be friend zoning somebody potentially here this week. I see a Page of Pens and a Nine of Pens. Nine of Pens is about wanting to be single, doing you. Page of Pentacles is probably more so about, and not even probably, it is about being more so friendly with somebody than romantic with somebody. So I see here with the Page of Pens, it's kind of like looking like more of a friendship to me. I think you may be potentially friend zoning somebody this week. With the Wheel of Fortune, you might not be interested in creating any sort of changes to your relationship. You might be happy with the way your connection is with somebody, especially if you're already so friendly with each other. I think that for the single Virgos, somebody's probably trying to move into something more romantic with you, but I think that in your case, you want to keep it PG and you want to keep it friendly. So you might get into that point where you do end up friend zoning somebody. So for the single Virgos this week, looks like friend zoning can definitely be an option, more so being enforced on your end. For the coupled Virgos, what's going on with you? What do we got showing up here for couples throughout the week? What's happening here with coupled Virgos? First card out is going to be the Ten of Pentacles. Hello. The following, the Knight of Swords. And lastly, the Two of Wands, baby, jumping on in here as well. Ten of Pentacles is great. This is the energy of feeling like you have it all with your partner. I definitely think that you feel very lucky with the partner that you have. This is the energy of like, I have a really great person right behind me, and I feel very comfortable and supported. This also could be about making moves financially this week with you and your person. So for coupled Virgos, this could be about maybe buying a house, getting a down payment on a home, getting a down payment on property, a car, a boat, getting potentially your first apartment. So there could be some sort of real estate moves happening here where you and your partner are getting your finances together to take some sort of action. Okay, that's cool. So making money moves together is nice. And also with the money moves here, Two of Wands, this can be opening up a new doorway into your life, aka some sort of new chapter. So when I think new chapter, I think like getting a home, getting an apartment, maybe getting an animal together. Some of you could be doing that this week, but I do see here for coupled Virgos, there could, most certainly here could be some sort of new chapter beginning for you guys. So if that's the case, really, really cool. Now, if it's not about finances and stuff like that, it also could be about having a new chapter of your relationship. You might be a Virgo that's in a relationship, but maybe the relationship's been relatively new, or it hasn't been the longest relationship ever. If that's the case here between you and your partner, both of you here could be talking about opening up a new chapter here for your future and really start to kick things into gear to start working towards that specific future here as well. So I feel like you're with a person who wants to stay involved with you. You want to stay involved with them. And both of you are really thinking about what are going to be the next steps in our relationship? What next steps do we need to execute to make sure we get the best future as possible? Love that. Definitely hearing teamwork makes the dream work. So looking pretty cool. All right, guys. And lastly, let's see what's going on with you on a little bit of more of a personal note, Virgo. So let's see what's up with you personally. What do we got going on for our Virgo peeps personally, please? Virgo, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus. Throughout this week, we have here an Eight of Swords. Moving forward from that, we have here the Temperance. Love that. And lastly, we have here the Nine of Cups. Yeah. This week goes from feeling like you're in your head, you don't know what to do about certain situations, to immediately snapping into finding the solution here with the Temperance card. I mentioned here for you guys throughout the main situation that I think many of you are going to kind of come to a conclusion this week that you've been dealing with a conditional love situation. Somebody here has been conditionally showing you love, but immediately once you don't do what it is they want, it's like they revoke, they become cold, and I feel like you are really stepping up this week saying, I am not dealing with this. This is not what I want. It's not what I'm looking for. I'm not going to be in my head about it with the Eight of Swords. I'm letting this shit go. And immediately when you do, you raise your vibration here with the Temperance card. You raise your energy and you start focusing on your own personal fulfillment here with the Nine of Cups and what's going to make you happy out of your life experience nonetheless. So I think if you've been in your head about things, it's been about things that I feel like you don't really even want to be your focus anymore. And I feel like you're finally going to be starting this week to drop your focus on the things that don't really matter and put your focus onto what's going to best help you and what's going to allow you to thrive here in your life. And by doing so, not only are you going to see on a more personal note that you're becoming happier, but you're going to see that you're doing things for yourself out of the love and the respect that you know you have for yourself here as well. I think it's a wonderful week to see your self-respect and your self-love, especially when you come across these situations that aren't supporting respect or love. So it's cool to see that you have your own back here, essentially, Virgo, which I think is pretty cool. All right, guys, let's have a look here at the overall outcome. What's it gonna be? What do we got showing up here for the overall outcome for Virgo this week? Virgo, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus. What's the overall outcome coming in here for you? And we got here the King of Wands. I like it. King of Wands has a direction. King of Wands has a plan. King of Wands has an interest. King of Wands is ready to step into the leadership role and guide himself to where he needs to be. And I think that that's where you're at here, Virgo. Honestly, this week, if anything that's happening, it's basically summing it up as universe is removing what isn't serving you, what's not ready to take the next step in the next chapter of your life. I think you know very clearly what you want the next chapter, next step of your life to be. And whatever isn't fitting that picture, unfortunately, isn't going to be in that picture, you know? But now you have a clear sense of where you're going, so you're ready here to take that leadership role and take that action and get there. And I think you guys totally are. I feel like you're nailing it. You're getting exactly where you need to be, so definitely looking pretty awesome, and best of luck here to you, okay? All right, Team Virgo, do hope you enjoyed your weekly read. I really appreciate you guys coming out. Of course, if you enjoyed today's video, drop a like and a comment down in the description below, or not in the description, but comment down in the comment section below. Would really, really appreciate that. Of course, if you are new here, definitely consider subscribing. I'd be more than happy to welcome you here into the Soul family. And if you are interested in a personal reading, definitely feel free to check out my website. I'd be more than happy to meet you guys over there on my website to help you guys out. But Virgo, do enjoy your week, and I will see you all in the next video. Much love, and have yourselves a good one. Peace.